Hello Team Absolution fans, before we get started with this video, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor, the Magic Satchel. If you need cards, singles, case splits, playset splits, whatever you need in terms of Vanguard, Premium, or Standard, make sure you reach out to our sponsor, the Magic Satchel, for all your needs, including sleeves and mats as well, deck boxes too. Of course, you can find him on TCG Player, eBay, and as well as his email, themagicsatchelstore@gmail.com. Of course, that'll be up where you see right now on your screen. It'll also be in a link in the description. As always, we want to thank him for everything he does for us. So give him all your love and support when you need your Vanguard stuff. And now, back to the video. When the games are finished and the decks are down,
and we're not asleep,
we all go to Bargate. Stick around. Hey Team Absolution fans, far and wide, it's the captain here, also joined with, of course, the Braxton Express,
Toodaloo,
and the Immortal Greed himself.
now in a card.
This is the start of a new segment. You've been seeing a lot of discussion-esque videos. This is going to be probably the spiritual homage to Damage Check, one where we actually would talk about stuff like pre-recorded, whereas Damage Check is a live thing now.
Welcome to Tangent Check.
It's called Bargate, so as you see, we're having some adult beverages. We're here to talk to each other. And it's sometimes going to be...
This isn't Kool-Aid?
Braxton. Stopped being Kool-Aid 3 years ago. The thing is, this is going to be more of a podcast. It's going to be a discussion.
Oh, no, you said podcast, and that's perfect.
So, basically what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about, it's going to be all tangents. It's going to be about a topic, a general topic, but we're going to go on all over the place. And for the first episode of this, and obviously I'll have rotating guests as well, if I can ever get Keith up here for a weekend.
I'm mostly going to be here all the time.
If I can get Keith up here, if we can get Alston up here for one.
Alston? What's that?
Andrew. Talk about different things. So the one I want to talk about, of course, is a question that always comes up on the Roads, which was another thing we would do when we would travel to tournaments. So I want you to feel like you're sitting here with us, my friend. Pull up a chair.
Welcome.
And welcome to the Bargate.
Crack open a cold one if you
If
can.
you can. Good save. The monetization algorithm in the back sneaks back away.
Perhaps I see cold cola.
Comes up like the Cat in the Hat with the bat, and then it's like, all right. So what I want to start off and talk about is I want to talk about card games in general today, and what I want to talk about is how we came. We wouldn't be friends if it wasn't for card games. Number one, that is a fact.
True.
There's no way I would have met either one of you without card games. There's no way we'd probably be as close as we are. There's no way we'd be living together without card games. There's no way you'd practically be living here without card games. There's no way they'd know us without card games.
Yeah.
So
it's like our whole channel's based around cardama games.
So the first question here is, was Vanguard your first card game?
No. And the answer for all of us is a resounding no.
Yeah. Well, I knew the answer to that question, but I wanted them to know as well. So, by the way, cheers to the first episode of Bargate.
Woo! You guys thought Card Fight Cash was cool? Nah, Bargate.
We're bringing in the clutch now. We're not here to save your money, but we're here to take your time.
I like that. I'm gonna write that down.
I'm gonna put this on one of our coasters.
So, now I know that you and we played Yu-Gi-Oh first. Also, not against each other ever.
No.
Completely independent of one another. What game did you play first?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all Yu-Gi-Oh for all of us.
Now I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh in 5th grade. That's when I got my first deck. Which was terrible, and I still didn't know the rules. It took me a very long time. I lost a lot of cards that way.
Yeah. Oh no, you got Rare Hunted?
I got Rare Hunted, man. They're like, this is how they play in the game. This is how they play in the show. So you gotta lose your... I was like, I didn't know we play for pig slips. Come on, Mom, Dad, I lost the house.
What are you, Shion? You bet your company on a draft game?
Yes.
Oof. If only I had Kai to console me afterwards by beating me with every single Overlord.
Yeah.
God, you have to. How bad you have to suck to lose to every Overlord.
That happened in the G series. I don't know if you knew about that.
Really?
There was a guy, he bet his company. He was
I
like
got
a, he was like a
super
really
depressed.
weak. He got super depressed because he lost his company in a draft game of card fight.
Like, and not even like they went all the way with his depression.
He loses his last quarter in a vending machine. He gets up and there's Kai, and Kai's like,
no, not even. He starts crying because he's just like, this is bad.
Oh boy.
It was real bad.
And there's Kai, and then he fights Kai, and then Kai proceeds to beat him with every Overlord in the game except the Legend, because that's what he tries to beat him with later.
Yeah.
He beats him with every Overlord out at the time.
That's a little gross.
Which, like, how does this man fit every Overlord into one deck?
That's a lot of gross.
I like to imagine, like, Kai just had, like, a suitcase, like, with just different Overlord decks. He goes, can I beat him with this? Can I beat him with this? Can I beat him with this? He starts with the strongest and then works his way, and then when he beats him with, like, standard over, he goes, how, dude? I cheat beat him with this, he didn't have a great 3.
Oh,
So, I started in 5th grade. When did you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
I mean, I had the old, I had the Yugi starter deck way back in Yonder. Bought a couple packs here and there, but I didn't start to really get back into the game come like high school.
High school? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, like, later, way later.
It was definitely later. I always liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And I always liked Pokemon. That was also kind of a thing on the side for me. I never played it a lot, but I always liked to collect it. Honestly, card games were always like, for me, it was like a shameful kind of love. I didn't want to admit that I liked them. Everyone liked them, but no one wanted to say they did.
Well, yeah, once everyone got a girlfriend, they kind of slowed it down a little bit.
But then I hit high school, and I'm like,
Unless you lucky people had girlfriend card games.
yeah, no. I saw those nerds in the corner playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, I remember that. And so next day, I brought in I was like, hey guys, can I play Yu-Gi-Oh! With you guys? They're like, yeah, whatever. And so I bring in my deck about yay big.
Oh no!
And they look at me with like, kind of just really, just like, I pity you. And I'm sitting here drawing like, I can't get my combo pieces. I don't know what's up.
I wonder why.
No, for me it was high schoolish.
Gotcha. And same for. Well, I didn't get good at all.
Good was later.
In any semblance until I was in college, because like basically it was me and my like 4 friends. We all played Yu-Gi-Oh together, but there was no locals to speak of. Did you ever have locals, Brax?
Well, kind of sort of at Toys R Us, but even then I still didn't know how to play the game. I was like a child.
Yeah. No, actually it was not to steal content from a future video, but it was Ryan kind of falls into this niche as well, because if you guys didn't know, I've known Ryan since we were probably about 5 or 6 years old. I've known that guy my whole life, but we were in high school together, and we both kind of noticed these 2 guys. I'm not gonna name them. I was like, should I name them? I'm not gonna name them. But they were just good enough to understand like how not to be totally scrubby, but just scrubby enough to not run a meta deck. They still wanted to run fun decks. I can respect that, but they were to that level where we were running into a buzzsaw over and over and over. And after so many losses, frustrations, and screams into my pillow, we finally got a little bit better. And they're also the ones that introduced me to game theory back when it was a hole in the wall. Game Theory Iteration 1.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't even know what a locals was until we get into.
Yeah, I didn't know they had card shops. I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah, same. I was just like, this is a thing? What?
I played at Books A Million before that, and then Books A Million stopped doing it because people started stealing other people's cards. It's basically scrubs.
Yeah.
There were also like the people who would like ask like where I got like oh, I like your Amazon Swordswoman, like where'd you get that? And I was like it was in the Shonen Jump or like at the back. It was about how far in the back was it? And then you see them like disappear in the Books A Million, and they come back and they're like they'd be peeling off the glue of the back of the car.
Rolling down a little bit on the back.
I was like, oh.
Am I an accessory?
Pretty much.
How far in the back?
So yeah, I guess, and then I played Yu-Gi-Oh for a while, and I liked Yu-Gi-Oh, and for a future video that is being uploaded, I think next week, whatever, it'll be uploaded eventually. It might already be up there.
By the time this is up.
Where we talk about like what products we want to see and stuff like that. We talk a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh because that's a lot of where our base comes from.
We play Duel Links.
What's crazy is that none of us come from a Magic background.
Nope.
Actually, almost everyone except for Keith, I think.
Did Ryan play Magic? No, he only
No.
played Magic because of Multiverse.
Yeah.
Because he had to.
Because he had to. He had to play like all the games.
Mhm.
Well, I guess that's not fair to say because in college. So the issue is when I came to college, there was no Yu-Gi-Oh players.
Mm-hmm.
Like you couldn't find them. There was like a board game club, and I went there with my deck, thinking like, dude, they gotta be Yu-Gi-Oh players, all Magic, not a single Yu-Gi-Oh player in sight. And I was like, this sucks. And so like they were like, come play EDH. It's fun. It's casual. And I built like
Sounds
a very.
like Jorge would say.
I built
Yeah.
a very scrubby like deck, and I played that. But also like I was in college, and these friends who remain nameless were like, "Come over, we'll play until like 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll give you free beer." And I'm like, "Yo, you had me at free."
Yeah, could have been free anything at this point. Put free, man, I'll be there.
If you beat me in EDH, you get a prize. What's the prize? Another beer!
But so and then Multiverse came, and then we started playing, and then you went to GT and you started playing. And that's how we got a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the straw that broke the camel's back that made you say no more Yu-Gi-Oh? That's the next step. What led us into looking for something else?
This is easy. They banned Blackluster Soldier Envoy and Chaos Emperor Dragon. Because I had both those cards, and when you're a wee lad who relied on their parents to buy you cards, I was just like, yeah, I'm done.
Oh wait, so you stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh a long time ago?
Yes.
So there's like a huge gap between like when you pick up Vanguard and when you, so what'd you do in the middle then? Just nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Vanguard was the first card game I picked back up since.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
What a twist. Did not know that. Learned the stuff about Braxton I remember forever.
Yeah, really.
Alright.
I didn't know that.
What about you?
For me, I believe it was come high school time, come local time. I had started like there was a set in Target. There was a set of Strike of Neos, and I had opened up random packs of that, and I saw 6 Samurais. Yeah, I know. But I really liked the aesthetic of the deck, so I built Samurais. And Storm of Ragnarok hit. We got Shien, we got Kazan, we got everything. That deck got tier 0, and then it got promptly bopped. Gateway was gone, and I had to switch to other decks. And I really had poured like my heart, soul, and all little pittance of cash I had into that deck. And from there, I was just like, that was a funny story. Also, where I met Alston Shields, who was much better than me at Yu-Gi-Oh, and he was just proceeding to plant synchro all over me, and I got really mad. And then one old man with a gold rutile trial deck, and we know some of you might know who he is. He came hobbling into game theory like, "Hey, you guys want to try this new game?" And so I looked over and I saw the art on that. Yeah, I saw the art on those cards. I'm like, that's beautiful. And they were sitting there turning them sideways. I'm like, that's not defense mode. No, and
This is no face-up defense mode. What is this?
Yeah, and I played one game of Gold Rutile Grapplers, and the whole kind of thing was going from there.
Since you like 6 Samurai, I can see why you would love Gold Rotile. It's a robot samurai.
He totally did look like a robot.
Exactly. No, and then that was my first deck was Nova Grapplers, like Brutal Jack. I couldn't get any Azura Kaisers for a long time. I was running Mr. Invincible, so I was playing way back at early Vanguard, and then from there on I just got worse and worse and then better, because I was a strong advocate of stand triggers before I knew better.
Oh my god, no, we're sold.
Before that made stand triggers busted.
Yeah.
For me, I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh in college. And once the shop opened my junior year, I probably hadn't and my skill set also increased a lot because like before like I had no one to play against, and now I had to compete with like some seriously competitive players. I-Chang was one of them.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so like some seriously competitive players. And then I started building like super hyper. I would go home and they'd be like, "Do you want to play some Yu-Gi-Oh?" And I'm like, "Bro, you don't want to play with me right now." Not the mindset I had. I would have like home decks and like back in Chapel Hill decks.
Yeah.
So you know things I've learned.
you don't want the decks I brought home with me. And he goes, "No, dude, try it." I'm like, "All right, here's Dino Rabbit."
You son of a...
like what? What? And he's like, "Oh, you want to go again? Here's the Churia Beast, the Churia Barkion, and Chien." I win.
Yeah.
You look how can you say it? Oh, okay, fine. Here's Dino Rabbit. Oh, you did something? Negate. Is that the end of your turn? Okay.
Yeah, no, dropping Logia on anyone's head who doesn't know what an Xyz is, it's so dirty. It's not okay.
Well, they knew what Xyz were, but they weren't like, my friends, like, because we only had each other to test on, like advanced combos never really became a thing. It was just kind of how we'd play against each other.
In that mindset, you would have been like, I'm not using dinosaurs for my Xyz. And then Rabbit's like, I gotcha. Sabersaurus? Cabazols?
Yeah, dude, I had a stack of Cabazols too.
Oh, those things became like
Dude,
$5 commons.
Yeah, I know, because like I traded them into the shop for like store credit because I was like, I have a stack of like these many Cabazols. Like, why do you have so many Cabazols? I'm like, bro, like what else was I gonna have?
Oh yeah, Durac Guabas.
Yeah, Durac Guabas.
Those things were pricey. Oh man.
But so, and then like so I got better, and then I built like I started spending money on like for a college kid I was spending way more money than I should have on decks. The last expenditure was I'm sick of losing.
Exactly what.
And I was like, I want spell books. I want to just dominate people and it not be. And this is like right after like this is like right when Judgment dropped, and I was like, I will be a god among men. And no one has the money to compete with me, and I'll be Kaiba because I'll be rich.
That was the goal.
And then I built it, played it for a week. Judgment got hit. I probably said, never again. We're done. And then like I told Ryan. Ryan was like, Vanguard you could play for like $50. And I was like, $50? He goes, yeah, $50. The first Ryan scam I ever bought into. The only Ryan scam I ever bought into.
Yeah,
was I'll build you Tachis for $50. And I ended up with Lego Tachis.
Wasn't it Raptor Commander or something like that? Was it the ride chain?
No, I actually updated it to the ride chain. Because what he built me was the superior ride Tachis. The Lego Dinosaur Grade 3.
The really old one.
Oh my god.
I don't even remember his name, but I remember his terrible art.
Yeah. So, but then I watched the show, and like after seeing Royals, I was like, we're in. 10 out of 10. Building King of Knights. So, what was it about Vanguard that made you want to play that? Well, we knew what ticked us off about Vanguard, or about Yu-Gi-Oh! You a while back. So, what brought you into Vanguard overall?
So I wasn't playing card games in that whole spew of time, right? And then it was a summer, and I was watching anime, and on one of the I can't remember what the site was, but every week it was in like because they always post up,
the subs and stuff, yeah,
right. And then Card Vanguard kept being posted up every week, and I was just like, I'm gonna click on this card game anime. Nah, I don't care. Then another week go. Nah, I don't care. And I was like, you know what? Let me give it a go. So I started watching it, and I was just like, I am entertained.
Yeah.
And then I finished season 1, and that's when he played MLB, and beat Ren, and blah, 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 whatever. And I was just like, I want to play this game. So I went to, this is when I went Google, and I was just like, do I have any local card shops around me? And then I found Game Theory, and I went to Game Theory, bought a trial deck, a box of set 5, and like some packs and stuff. And in that box, they kind of like sealed the deal with me at this point. I pulled one MLB, so I was just like,
oh, I know what you pulled.
Oh, cool. So I'm going through the rest of the packs, and I was just like, wait, I still don't have a Wingle Brave. I think that's really important. I read that somewhere. So I pull out the last pack, and I ripped it, and I pulled it open, and I pulled it, and I go through, and the very last card, Wingle Brave, and I was like, oh sweet, jackpot, we made it. And then like afterwards, I look back at it, and I was just like, oh, this is SP.
Not bad.
And he still has an SP.
Still has that SP Wingle Brave to this day.
I also have an SP Wingle Brave, but my story's not nearly as cool as his.
I'm sure Braxton came into Game Theory, and I was sitting over there screaming in the corner. I didn't know who you were. I was probably there, diddling around, but then it's like two total strangers, but...
Bro! What was that?
Shut up.
Stand
Hell stand! My death army is quickly jumping up. My Ashura Kaiser going off and laughing at 11K.
Completely tangential here, in the spirit of this. Did you guys see, I don't know if you guys saw on like Facebook, somebody tiered out the seasons of Vanguard?
I saw that. There was
Dude, I don't know what that man was on.
I don't know. He had Asia Circuit as trash tier, and I was just like, yes.
He did have Asia Circuit as trash tier, or no, he had it as low tier.
No, it was trash tier. It was the bottom one.
I thought the bottom one was V Series Reboot.
No, the bottom one is Circuit Series. When he's playing Golds.
Okay, yeah, Circuit Series bad. But he put like Joker at like low tier. low tier or mid tier. And I'm like, nah, Link Joker high tier. Link Joker and Legion are the two best arcs.
Link Joker gets high tier just for the openings alone.
Yeah, but it's also a good arc.
It's pretty good.
I say that, but then I also, one of the reasons I started watching Vanguard at all was I was like, oh man, I like that the world's not at stake in this card game.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly why I was like, oh wow, they're just playing cards. Oh wow, the main character's trash. I can get behind this.
They're me! They're all me! And then I'm like, oh wait, what's this other planet?
Menacing
like,
Scythe in the background laughs.
Like, oh, what, 2 planets? Both in danger?
Oh no! I've been had, but I've already put too much time into watching this.
No. Yeah, the worst part about this all this Vanguard playing, because obviously I quit for a while. The whole time I was playing Vanguard, I was also playing Dev Pro in the background. So I never stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I also never stopped building Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. Hence why my box in there is still full of janky Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks, just because I wanted to have a good time with it. But
I never thought I'd actually fully leave Yu-Gi-Oh! But I did. Once I picked up Vanguard and got and really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
After I met this scrub. And I started playing all the time. Yeah, I really felt okay putting down Yu-Gi-Oh.
But then there was the mass exodus
Of what?
of Vanguard. After Yelton, Mickey, and Alston left, we all went to play Kaijudo, Force of Will, etc.
Well, that's when y'all left.
I played Kaijudo, but I still play Vanguard as my main game.
Yeah,
I've never stopped playing Vanguard.
I bailed.
No, so here's the thing. When wait, no, Kaijudo was during the peak of Vanguard though.
It was sort of half side by side, but Alston also came back intermittently to play in tournaments and stuff, just to prove that doesn't matter who you are because Vanguard's still a crappy game. Yada yada. Alston Shields.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the exact timeline of when
you all left at Force of Will.
Yeah.
That's when you guys all left.
I was also playing Buddy Fight too. So
Yeah,
I love for that as well.
You played a lot of card games.
I played every card game.
Yeah, I dabbled in Buddy Fight a very little amount.
No.
I built decks for all those games, but I learned very quickly that Force of Will just wasn't my type of game. For the same reason, Magic isn't my type of game. They were both have a similar feel. Ryan put it best in another video. He doesn't like the idea of draw pass. I don't like the idea of draw pass. Something I really like about Vanguard is that you rarely ever do a draw pass turn. One, because it's just usually not strategic. You should always swing with your Vanguard at least. So you're always doing something.
Yeah.
You're moving cards. They're going sideways. But we play Kaijudo.
Yeah.
I love Kaijudo.
Kalima!
Steam.
Shoot, dude. I was playing Red Light. I was playing Bugs. I played Steam back in back when Stuff and Such was still a card shop. We would have a card shop a minute from us. If Stuff and Such was still around.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's near the Asian market.
Oof. Oh, yeah, where Ultimate Comics is?
Yep.
Yeah,
that was
that's Stuff and Such.
And that
same building?
Yeah, that had a huge Yu-Gi-Oh! Kaijudo scene, but there was some drama with the shop owner and it got closed down.
Oof.
Because that's when Dudley was playing Monsuno and Kaijudo at the time. I don't know if you ever remember Monsuno.
Sounds familiar.
It was a ship card game with 3 different colors or something.
That sounds terrible.
Wow.
Did not take off. But he showed me Emperor Neuron. And that's I played.
That card's annoying.
I played blue for the longest time, and then I moved into Steam, and then I moved into Red Light, and that was Kaijudo was a lot of fun.
I did Red Dead. I read Red Deck Wings for the longest time.
Yeah.
Then he played Steam.
And then I played Steam because I was like, oh, this is Red Dead Wings with the blue.
Yeah.
Austin showed me Kalima and he was just non-targeted destruction. I'm about that.
No, we all really liked Kaijudo, and then the game took a crippling. Wizards of the Coast thing.
It was the reborn of Duel Masters. I would have left Yu-Gi-Oh! For Duel Masters if Duel Masters hadn't ended. Because I played those. I was in 6th grade when Duel Masters took off. Yeah. And I played them both.
America just couldn't get past Bolmedius Steel Dragon.
He really couldn't get past Bolmedius, man. They were not about that life. So that brings us to the next segment. So I'm at Braxton. This story, I'll skip through this very quickly because this is actually it's been told about 100 times.
I needed spirits. I went to a pre-release. I met Jose. He pulled an SP spirit, and I was like, "How much?" And he said, "Nah, B." And that's how it started.
And that's how we became friends. He tried to play me for it. Just kidding. He didn't actually try to play me for it.
All right, I'll play you for pinks. I'm like, oh no,
not again.
And then after that, I started going back and forth between game theory and multiverse because game theory was every Tuesday and Sunday. And multiverse was in between. It was like Thursday.
Thursday.
That was back when I was
Thursday.
TOing Vanguard.
Yeah.
That happened.
I miss.
So that's how I met Ward at Game Theory. I actually met Ryan at Multiverse because he was working there that day. But I kept hearing stories about Ryan when I went to Game Theory because of you and Austin and other people.
Oh, yeah.
And then I meet you guys till way later. When I actually had my car and took the time to go out to GT and play you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the tag fight.
No,
Yeah, that's the first time I met them.
Oh,
no,
really?
That was the first time I met them.
Got it.
Was Locked Out of Heaven.
Because also,
Me and Ryan in that tag fight of good old Angels
And Link Joker.
and Link Joker, aka the bot team.
I think 2013 though, I played with Ryan and Jim in the Team League tournament.
You told us about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we went to
the
Blue
team,
Ox
yeah.
and we qualified. And Ryan was like, dude, just play Nova Grapplers. It's the deck you're most comfortable with. It's all good. And I'm like, hold on. Jim, give me your bag. Look through. Saw Spectral Duke. Went undefeated that day. Because let's be honest, Spectral Duke back in the day. Oh my God! I drew the grave one every time. And then we took it to Game Theory. Didn't quite qualify, and that was also when Aquaforce had just come out. And I built Set 8 Aquaforce, took all the dollars in my pocket. I pulled an SP Dote from a Set 5 pre-release, sold it for 120, 130 bucks.
Yeah.
Bought Set 8 Aquaforce. Did pretty well. It was a lot of fun.
Did okay.
But had to carry Jim though.
So
That was weird. That was weird.
I remember the team tournament. One of the I remember our first. Well, not that story. I'm talking about like when we actually started caring more.
Oh.
That's about the time after we started the channel, actually.
Right.
So like, so.
Oh,
You know,
that was a great Atlanta for me, man.
we-
I played Blouse.
We start the team. We go to the first team league. We get destroyed. We go to the second regional, our first regional, a solo regional.
I played Blouse.
Braxton runs over it with Blouse. Jorge's really confusing people with his janky dude. He was running the craziest thing I'd ever seen because so many people were not expecting it. He was running 4 break ride. No. 4 Dote.
He was playing Overlord.
He was playing Overlord, but he was running 4 Dote, 2 Rebirth, 2 break ride. So like every time we ran into Glendios, he Dotated him. And then every time we ran into any other deck,
Rebirth.
he just rebirthed him. So he was like running the best of both worlds. And it was like working too. For like I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, I had gone out like round 2 because I was still running CBD and like it just wasn't, it couldn't keep up at that point. And so we're going on for a while, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a long video.
Welcome to Tangent Town, boys.
Um,
Population? Bar Star. Whatever this is called.
Margate. Jeez, man. Starbar.
I ran
Starbar!
It'd go longer, but I ran out of beers, so.
So the good thing is, but then remember the team league we all went to?
Yeah, just
The one at the shop.
Oh, right. Oh, the Triangle Cup.
The Triangle Cup.
That's how we met Virgil and them.
Yeah, so we met Virgil. Oh yeah, that's how we met Virgil and them.
Yep. And Toby.
And Toby and a lot more people showed up to that than I thought. Given that we were only like at 1,000 subs at the time.
Marshall Mathers?
I mean, to be fair, yeah, Marshall. To be fair, though, we did a lot of marketing for that.
Yeah, we did. You played. What did you play?
Cat Butler.
Cat
Oh,
Butler
of course you did.
Risers.
And you played with team like Old Guard, right?
Team Old Guard. It was Ryan, Greg, and me. And Ryan was playing probably the Great, right?
No,
the Great wasn't out
Grog
at the
was
time.
playing. Yes, it was, because I was playing the Great. Grog was playing
Ryan
the
might have
Great.
been playing
Ryan was
Thinksaver.
playing Thinksaver.
Yeah.
So Grog could play the Great.
That's right, because we had to play different clans or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no question when I was playing. Shoot.
And then I was playing.
I lost one game that day, that's it.
You were playing
The Great.
the Great, and Jorge was playing
Bluish Flames.
Bluish Flames.
God, I love that deck.
Dude, before Swiss, I thought we were unstoppable.
We were unstoppable.
We didn't
jump the game.
We just like steamrolled,
Yeah.
and then like
We ran into our worst matchup.
Yeah, we ran into our worst matchup ourselves, but like in a different position.
Yeah.
No, Randy. I got paired into Randy, who's playing Great Daikaiser, Sin Buster, and there was just no way I was getting around that.
Not with Randy's luck. Not with Justice Rose!
I was like, oh, you can't guard plus Daikaiser. Oh, here's a Laurel. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess the next question is, what has kept you playing Vanguard through a lot of garbage events.
Dude, I love the game. It's just so... There's no game like it. There really isn't.
There really isn't.
It is a uniquely fun game, and I like playing it.
It's always so hard when people ask, what is Vanguard like? Because they're like, is it like Yu-Gi-Oh? No. Is it like Magic? Also no.
Yeah.
Is it like Pokemon? No. Because Pokemon's also like neither one either.
Yeah.
But like usually you can like put a game in those kind like Kaijudo is like Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Force of Will, kind of like Magic. DBZ Super,
I don't know what that's like.
kind of seems like a fusion of Force of Will and Magic and Kaijudo.
Because you have like a leader character card and you do stuff. And yeah.
You have like a mana pool as well, or like a resource pool. So
Yeah.
but you also flip your dude. So it's like it's a lot of the things.
What kept me playing Vanguard? I didn't.
But what made you come back?
Yeah, what did make you come back?
Standard.
It was really standard?
It was standard in the fact that I turned into a more of a hermit than I already am. And I probably wouldn't have, like... Honestly, if I wasn't living here, they probably wouldn't see me anymore because I wouldn't make the effort to go out. So I decided I wanted to see people again, so I played Vanguard, and I'm back now. For better or for worse.
Aww.
So, I mean, I still... This game still really pisses me off sometimes, but I don't mind it as much.
Look.
I think we've all grown up a lot, and I think we've realized that like Vanguard is Vanguard.
Vanguard's Vanguard.
It's gonna
Triggers
be
are gonna happen.
It's gonna
whether
be
they're 5K or whether they're 10K.
We have a lot bigger concerns in our life about whether or not. I mean, we still get tilted sometimes. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think we've all come a long way from that.
No, for me it was just I quit around the end of Legion. Also, end of Legion. I mean, it really kind of hit home. Decks were already getting kind of expensive. Like I had built Chaos Breaker, and back when I was on a team with Ryan and another guy, we were building all the top tier decks, but our little box fund, our little nest egg, kind of ran out eventually. And you realize after having to rebuy your perfect guards, and Quintet walls came out, and you have to rebuy. Oh, I need Starvaders, and I need Blue Wave, and I need this, that, and the other. It got really expensive.
Bro, you're telling me.
I mean, it was back when
built Chaos Breaker in a day.
Yeah.
Before the day before the regional.
Yeah. No, it got rough because that was back in the day when perfect guards were about anywhere from $20 to $40 a piece, and your bosses were at least $40 a piece every time. So an average Vanguard deck, good Vanguard deck, was $200-300 depending, and that also took its toll. I mean, I was frustrated with the game, but also the price really kind of shied me away.
Price got worse, then it got really good, then it got worse.
Yeah.
And now it's like
still
arguably the best is good.
I didn't quit because of Stride. I quit just because it was time. Plus, all the other games people were playing looked like a lot of fun. I enjoyed Force of Will a lot. I enjoyed Buddy Fight for when I played it a lot. I even enjoyed Pokemon for when I played that a lot. I've played pretty much most every game except Magic. But then I came back because everybody was still here for some reason. So
we never left.
The only game that would have ever taken me is if Kaijudo had actually taken off.
Yeah.
Kaijudo might have grabbed me away because I had a lot of fun playing Kaijudo.
Yeah.
If for somehow Yu-Gi-Oh ever got its teeth in me again, Duel Links won me over.
Duel Links won us all over.
So
I'll take credit for that one. Hey guys, I'm playing Duel Links. Still?
There's a part of my heart right now that's
because I played Duel Links, quit, then came back.
There's a part of my heart that if I could right now, would just materialize a box of like Pharaoh's Servant and just open it right now.
I just remember the day I was playing Duel Links. I left and then I came back and you guys are just like, hey man, we're playing Duel Links. I was like, what?
Yep.
Granted, I would never play Yu-Gi-Oh in the state it's in now.
Nope. Links ruined the game.
I don't know if they ruined the game, but they changed it in such a way that I don't think I could do it.
Links ruined the game. The end.
I don't know if I can agree with that statement.
Dude, you can't just vomit extra deck. You can't just vomit Quasars onto the field all willy-nilly anymore.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It wasn't. You can still beat that.
That is the worst thing.
What do you mean?
The fact that you're like, I could draw. See, this is the thing about this is the thing that problems me about premium. That we talk about. It's like you're like, oh my god, this card's so good, and then we talk to somebody that's like, it's okay. I'm like, no, the power threshold here is too bonkers.
Double Quasar's not that hard.
When there's decks that can consistently get an extra turn in premium that aren't winning, I'm like, I don't know, man.
knows?
I don't know. Man. I still look at Ikishima every day, and I'm just like, why are you allowed?
Also,
I keep looking at the deck going like, why aren't you the best deck? Question bar none.
Yeah.
How are you losing?
How are you
Even with triggers? People can't guard you.
Yeah.
also, if you guys watch this late into the video, I'm gonna play some premium. If you didn't know,
We are going to play some premium. Actually, I think we're all entering the premium game finally. I think
Finally.
We're all.
I'll give you a hint if you can make out what this is. All right.
We're all.
By the way, do you want my... Well, I don't want to say want. Do you want to borrow my Beast Deity deck?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You still have it.
Yeah, that's why I said.
Now for me,
But now you spoiled what it is, Braxton.
They've
never seen this.
They know you boo boo. They know what you play.
Wow.
now for
They know your
I was
story.
thinking it's Narukami in Great Nature. He's never played. I don't think you've ever played Novus on camera.
On camera?
Yeah, I don't think you have. Granted, I don't blame you giving this thing Novus in. I wouldn't put you through that.
The Beast Deities though, oh baby.
I used to play every deck though.
It would be nice. It'd be super hard to do at this point, given that all the cards are like in so many different places in like the collection and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be cool to like build up some old decks, crush them in for old time's sake.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I just want to build just for one last hoorah Bluish Flames.
Okay, I was about to say we're on the same page.
Wait, do you still have Blue Flames?
No, it's gone.
No, you sold that, right? You sold that
Sold it.
originally.
I love that deck so much. I sold it, remade it, and then sold it again.
Dude, I wonder what it would cost to scoop that deck back up again.
So, we're gonna give you the whole story.
So anyone wants to hook us up with Bluish Flames though.
Yo, yo. Yeah, I just realized I wasn't on camera for a while. When I leaned back, I'm on.
Yeah, when you lean back, you're gone, Braxton.
Yeah, now I'm back. But,
Disembodied voice.
Oh,
So
only
let's
Ward
go.
is on. Only Ward is fully on the camera.
Build Bluish Flames, and then remember when my stuff got stolen?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had to buy all that stuff again, and then I got my stuff back, so I had this excess of like Agla Veils and 12k beaters.
It's a lot of extra blue fire.
Yeah. Granted, Jim gave it to me at a discounted price, so yeah.
Yeah.
And so then the set dropped, and I finished it, and I sold it, and then I built it again, just to sell it again.
well
later.
worth it.
Oh man, that deck was a lot of fun.
I built Thingsaver one last time, but like I wouldn't mind like going to like pure Legion Thingsaver. So now when things got weird with Stride and you had to run like Sword Me stuff, because that was like the beginning of Stride. Is when you ran. I want like old Seekers. I want my boy Alfred and my boy Thingsaver, and that
Maybe the occasional Wingle.
maybe the occasional Winkle. I mean, I was an Alfred guy back then. It wasn't until Stride came out.
I've still got all my old decks, so
Yeah.
I still have
Except for
Rises
Casper.
for some reason.
same. Yeah.
I could almost build all the Thingsaver, assuming I can find the old Seeker stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like the comments and all that stuff.
I might be able to build Revengers.
With those?
You have the back cards still?
I think I'll have to get those.
Anywho.
Reminiscent.
Well.
So Matt, I guess the final question to you though: are you happy you're still playing the game?
For one reason or another, yeah.
There's only one right answer, boy.
Yeah.
The people,
It's just for,
the foaming at the mouth.
it's just for the people, you know.
The fans.
No, it's just because I need to get out of the house more.
Gotta let the sun touch my face at least twice a week.
We got to bring our decks to MomoCon.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because which probably by the time this goes up, we've already either had MomoCon or
Yeah. Well, if anyone can time travel and wants to catch these hands, bring your decks to MomoCons, and we may or may not fight you depending on what's going on.
Hopefully it's more active than last year, because last year there was like all of like 5 people playing Vanguard and they were all playing Bermudas. Because Bermudas had just dropped.
Oh no.
GR Bermudas had just dropped.
Oh no.
That being said, I think it's time.
So now it's gonna be the same thing. Actually no, because yeah, it'll be the
Sets
same.
up.
Bermudas will be. It'll be the
Yeah,
same
but at least
as
we'll all be
standard.
like, alright, can I beat you? And the answer will be no, but I'll try.
Yeah.
That's super annoying, the fact that like still all the top lists are Bermudas. And Kagura.
Yes.
Kagura's like the one that can beat him because they're just like, I can kill them all! I'll kill them all!
Yeah, really.
Well, I think that's...
What a time. Hey, everything's coming up, Braxton.
I think it's time to close the bar gate for for this episode.
It's 2 o'clock.
It's last call at the bar gate.
Last call at the bar gate. Any last comments before we end this podcast discussion?
Yeah, what's his name? Captain Greed or Gluttony Greed? Card is good.
Card is good. You say that now, but who knows how many...
Greed Shade.
Greed Shade's
Gluttony
good.
Greed.
Gluttony Greed. That would have been such a cooler name.
Nah, Gluttony Greed needs to grab 2 cards to the drop.
I said Captain of the Seas, Gluttony Greed. Ooh.
Here's the hope of Grand Blue.
Gluttony Greed would be like a card that lets you grab 2 from the drop, but if you don't use them both by the end of the turn, you take a damage.
What is this card?
That's-
What is this card of desires?
Card of Demise, you mean?
Card of Demise.
Good old Scythe. I draw 5 as long as I ditch 5 at the end of the turn.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Thank you guys for watching. This is Team Absolution. This is the Captain, the Express, and the Immortal Greed signing off.
And here I go, disappear.
Peace.
Again.
Alright, Tiz. Hopefully you like that. Hopefully it's to your liking.
Ward still wants to throw hands.
Damn.
I mean, I didn't say it, but I mean, my sentiment stands.
I say you both bring your best Legion decks. So whatever it was he was
Let's play some
playing at
Legion,
the time. Whatever it was he was playing at the time.
2-deck format. Two deck format. All right. One deck. You both have to pick one deck in a format that Ward chooses, and one deck in a format that Tisk chooses.
Okay.
That's fair. We should probably build him ripples just in case.
With the new rules? No, that's terrible.
Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot. The new rules would roast him. Alright.
Trying to skewer my boy here.
I have his back.